Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the last episode. I know it's, probably not going to get too much in terms of views just because I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, who's this person? I don't recognize this person anymore. Because it's been so long since I've uploaded any videos. That's okay. I'm still going to do it. So, a little bit of progress made in between episodes, mostly just I made a little bedroom and I started putting up all these paintings all over the place because it makes the decor look fabulous. Now, of course, personally, I would get a little bit tired of the exact same painting over and over and over again. But the duplicants seem to love it, so we'll leave it. So, last episode, obviously, it was the first episode, so all of this got done. And it's marvelous. It's a piece of work. Now, unfortunately, really, one of the things that we're going to have to probably worry about the most is sustainability when it comes to food. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go with any more duplicates, so we're actually going to disable that building just to get rid of the whole, new duplicates are available. New duplicates are available. Come on, pick them, pick them, pick them! So, yes. Turn that off. Oxygen, still decent. We got a lot of carbon dioxide we're dealing with. We don't exactly... Ooh, wrong category. There we go. Don't exactly have much in terms of the algae department, but that's okay. What we're gonna do is more than likely... Not care. No. Some of it might be a matter of let's deconstruct these two right here. Deconstruct actually all three of those simply because this is pushing oxygen over and we may as well try and get rid of the carbon dioxide from a centralized location as opposed to just on this one side because it's an issue all over the place. So actually let's deconstruct that one as well, and then we're actually going to want to dig up probably like just that whole section. Because it gets us that algae as well as it's part of digging it up. Yes, I know there's a food shortage. Stop dinging at me. I'm working on it, okay? Diapers. I'm patient. So yes, one of the things we're going to want to work at is probably getting something like bristle blossoms to grow. I'm not sure exactly what is different about them now thanks to the agricultural update. So we're gonna have to find out. So actually, let's dig all of that out. Actually, I guess that becomes ladder, as does that. That and that, that and that. Tile. There. Get started on the new room. Food planter boxes all the way along. Get to it, my duplicates. No research task selected, so let's go for gas piping because it gives us those gas permeable tiles and those are just so useful. Okay, we got one of these done so we can look. Blossom seeds. Okay, so you don't get a seed back from standard harvest, but a good harvest you get one back. And an excellent you get two back. Well, the calories are the same, so that doesn't exactly help much. Yeah, but at least you get a seed back from a good harvest. Now that's 40 points. How can I get to 40 points? Temperature? Are you kidding me? That's a really small range to be kept in. +3, that's it? I ain't gonna get that. Gas pressure. We're gonna get that. That's okay. Water and fertilizer. Oh, that's the other issue with blossom seeds, is they require fertilizer. That is a problem. I don't have a source of fertilizer just yet. Do I have? I do have some fertilizer. I got 100 kilograms. That ain't enough. What kind of seeds do I got? I got 16 more mealwoods. Maybe I'll just have to double up on the mealwoods right now. It's not exactly ideal, but it's got to get done. We need food. It's just a mandatory thing, especially if I want to get more duplicants in the near future. Why must you need fertilizer? So annoying. Because fertilizer, I mean, okay, you can find it around water in the starting area, in the sand area. So, I mean, there's some, like, up there, there's whatever. It's around naturally. However, most times you have to make it, and it's through compost or the fertilizer maker. Now, I could do it through compost. I would just need to get rid of, well, not get rid of, but move this hatch. I got him right here by the toilets, because he automatically eats the polluted dirt, which saves us from having to deal with too much polluted oxygen. And that, I think, is a good thing. It might be an idea. So let's see about, let's get this hatch going. So let's open that door and open that door, and we'll try and move him to the other side. Come on, buddy. There you go. Yeah, nice resource to eat there. Actually, how did you eat that? Was it on the floor, or did you eat it out of the box? I thought you couldn't eat out of the boxes. Ah, whatever. Alright. Now we'll start gathering some polluted dirt, which means we need to create a pollution room. That. And rather than pneumatic, we'll go airlocks. Can't put one there. Because this will be our polluted room, where we will store all our polluted dirt as well as our compost. And start stockpiling fertilizer. So let's copy that and just do that for right now. I might want to just say disable this one and let this one kind of pour across. If it's possible, we'll see. I might regret turning that off. You never know. We'll find out. And then we may as well put tile all across there just because. Because, yes, if I can just have one algae deoxidizer pushing across, that's great. Research complete, that's also great. So now we have the gas-permeable tiles, as well as some gas pumping techniques, which doesn't exactly help me very much right now, because I don't exactly have that much in terms of power. That's okay. Let's get our dirty room. Such a dirty, dirty room. Alright, so we will need a storage drawer, and we will need a compost pile. So this will contain polluted dirt. And actually, I guess fertilizer doesn't need to go in there, just polluted dirt. So we'll put that on a 6 just so that it gets the polluted dirt, like, faster. And then we've got a compost pile. If they deign to finish it. Duplicants. Gotta love them. May as well put those there. Alrighty. Now the problem is all this carbon dioxide. Now, I'm pretty sure mealwood doesn't care. It sits there and says, ideal temperature, ideal pressure. Which, come to think of it, actually is better than this. How does that make any sense? How are you ideal temperature? You're 19.9. This is 19.9, and it's not ideal. You're weird. Whatever. Not gonna worry too much about it. Okay, the oxygen is slowing down a bit, which is not good, because it means that this is not pushing it all the way across. Possibly just due to the fact that this has, as they say, sufficient concentration. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's actually clean out 2 of them so that we can get started on some fertilizer. They look so happy. That's okay. They can suck it up. Let's get that dug out so we can finish the roof off as well as just get more resources. There we go. Shovel that manure. Alright. So now it's... What is it doing? Using polluted dirt, emitting fertilizer. Fleeing. Ah! Another hatch has been found. Well, that's useful. I like to keep them. I will try and make, like, a holding pen for them. Just so that we can, you know... Oh, look, there's 3 of them? Okay, yeah, you can hang out down there, buddy. Maybe we'll make the pen for them over here. So let's actually start that. Let's not start it that way, though. Let's start by digging out that top layer. Just because they can really only dig up to 4, and this would be 5 and 6, so let's get rid of that. Let's set up tile all the way across. And let's dig all of this out. Stop attacking us. And actually, let's cancel that, just so that there is a couple of pieces of dirt left over for the hatch to hide in for right now. Just because that's kind of my way of making sure that I can keep them in here, because then during daytime they'll do that. And, of course, you spent all your time catching your breath rather than closing the door. Which is typical. That's okay. Let's leave it as open. I'll get it tomorrow. Because come morning, the hatches will go and find that little patch of dirt. And they'll burrow into it and be all happy, and that's when I can switch the door back to auto. There we go. Now they're trapped. And then because my duplicates are nothing but efficient, they're going to clean up all the mess. And let's try and make a really weird ladder and get that other hatch down here. It's not a ladder, it's a staircase. I don't know why I called it a ladder. If I can get that third hatch down here and burrowed into the ground, then he'll be happy. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There you go. Why is there hydrogen? Did I find like a natural pocket of hydrogen, or did one of my duplicates create it? Both concepts are kind of worrisome. There you go. Quick, deconstruct. Deconstruct it all. Oh, you can't reach those. Whoopsies! Okay, well the ladder goes about there, so actually that one we're gonna keep. To actually get a door in there before the hatches wake up for the night would be preferable. Perfect. Then we can start putting in a ladder. Ooh, look at all that food. Om nom nom, wiggling plant stuff. It's not alive, we swear! Okay, that's perfect. Don't know what to do about this hydrogen. It seems like a pretty thin concentration. Yeah, oxygen's definitely an issue. Ugh. I don't like it. So how many hatches do I have down there? I think it's just 3. Looks like 3 to me. Okay. That's fine. 3's good. We're definitely gonna have to worry about getting a good source of algae. I think that's gonna be one of our next priorities. There's also food. Oh, look at that algae. All that algae right there. Let's start digging towards it. Because that would be very useful. So we've given the duplicates a whole bunch of jobs. Let's let them do that. Oh. We found us another hatch. Is he going to survive, though, thanks to the water? Mind you, I can assure his survival by getting rid of the water. Because I would like as many hatches as I can get. The more hatches, the more coal. It's true. Just look at their lovely faces as they're mopping up all the water. It's not even like it's dirty water, it's clean. Why are you bitching about cleaning up clean water? There we go. So now that hatch will guarantee survive, which is awesome. Only problem with getting that algae is it's gonna access that chlorine and that hydrogen, and that's not so good. But I suppose we'll deal with it. Chances are we'll deal with it by putting an airlock right here. How I'm gonna get that hatched up to the rest of them? I don't know. I'll find a way. I'll probably just do another staircase type thing and... Actually, you know what? I just thought I can go like this. And then we break into the algae. We just don't harvest that one piece. I mean, we sacrifice one piece of algae, but we don't have to deal with chlorine and hydrogen. Which do I prefer? I think I'm going to go with just missing out on one piece of algae. It sounds like a plan to me. Food looks good. We've got 7,000. Which is apparently still not enough because the whole message thing of insufficient... Oh, no, it's insufficient oxygen. Unrefrigerated. Okay. When it says food shortage, it's like, you know, there's not enough for 2 days or a day or... I don't know. I don't know exactly. Oh, whoop, what did I hit? I didn't mean to hit what I hit. Get more research going. Oh, fleeing. That means another hatch. Good, I'm gonna have a good collection of hatches. I very much appreciate that. Now, thankfully, there is, like, the natural gas power generation, but at the same time, coal is still really useful for supplemental power. The idea being that you can power a lot off of a natural gas generator. I think it produces something like 800 watts. But at the same time, then, a coal generator is... for... Well, that's not exactly the most accurate descriptor, but it's a little bit more mobile. Not to necessarily say that it's going to pick up and walk around, which, grant you, would be absolutely hilarious, but it can be built anywhere without any kind of really support needed. See, a natural gas generator, for starters, of course, you need to pipe natural gas into it, which means you either need to have, well, not either. You need to have a source of natural gas, whether that be the fertilizer makers or a natural gas geyser is irrelevant. But secondly and thirdly, you need to deal with the carbon dioxide it produces, and you need to deal with the polluted water that it produces. Now, see, the coal generator does also produce carbon dioxide. However, it doesn't seem to stop functioning if the pressure is too high. So you can kind of just push it and push it and push it until, well, forever. And that's just awesome. And, of course, the fact that it's mobile, you get where I'm coming from. It is snazzy. So chances are, what I'm going to do to get these hatches up there is I'm going to take out probably the floor here, and then build like a staircase up, Or maybe, well, no, it'll have to be a staircase that way, so maybe the floor here. Because then if we do... Okay, so if we deconstruct that, we can have that... Actually, they can jump too, so we can do something like that? Because they can do the same thing that your duplicates can do. So this one will be able to jump up there, and then jump up here. Now, whether they're... I mean, of course, it also works in reverse, which means we're also then going to have to put tile here so that the current occupants, well, vacate the area. Where is he burrowed? Uh-oh. I think I killed him. Did you hear that sound? I think he was in there and he got stuck in the tile. Yeah, he's in the tile. Toasty surroundings. Get him out of the tile! Ugh. Crazy. Because come nighttime, he'd pop up and he'd kill himself. Which would not be very good at all. Put a door there. You know, what you guys choose to build and not build is rather astounding some days. Whoa! Look at all that food. Tasty. Well, I certainly don't mind. That's food for days. Maybe with that I can afford to turn this building back on and pick a 5th duplicate. The research has been completed. Oh, that is good to know. Now I got large batteries and power switches and all that fun stuff. Alright. So now we wanted to put that, and that there. And it's a 2nd bedroom in the making. Looks good to me. Oxygen is looking decent. We've gotten rid of pretty much almost all the carbon dioxide down here thanks to those terrariums. Can you guys please just like finish something? It's something to do with the way the game actually processes things. I certainly hope they all stay up there. There's 4 of them in total? Oh, right, yes, because there was 3 up there, and I'm adding 1 in, or trying to add 1 in. I hope they do not live down there. Please go up there and burrow up there. That would be ideal. Of course not. Ugh. What if I put a temporary tile right there? But yes, as I was saying, it's something to do with the way the game processes things in that it has orders pending for everything, of course. And when you place a build order, there's 2 steps to it. There's delivering the materials, and then there's building it. Well, when you first set it to build, it assigns... Dude, get out of the tile. Why are you constantly getting stuck in the tile? This is ridiculous. Yes, good. Go up there. Go take a nap. Good. Perfect. Thank you. There we go. And in the case of replacing or digging out a tile or a block to put in a tile, it's also then saying there's 3 things. You've got to deliver the material, you have to dig out the block, and then you have to build the block. And essentially then, what can happen once you have a lot of duplicates, that is, and of course this is all conjecture, is that it sends out the order, deliver materials. So one duplicate will go and deliver the materials. Now, then it's not necessarily a matter of I will subsequently then dig out and or build the block. It's that then goes back into the queue for orders, and whatever duplicate gets that job is the one who then comes and does it, which is why sometimes it looks like someone just comes and delivers and then runs off. It's because they delivered the material, the job got sent back to queue, and they were not given the job next time the queue, assigned it to somebody. Now, like I said, this is all conjecture, but it does seem to be a logical way that the, system would work. And it would explain why, for no apparent reason, a duplicate will run up and then just do, a tiny thing. Now, when you have fewer duplicates, obviously that means that the pool is smaller and they're not going to have as many issues with, oh, I've got to wait now another 5 minutes for another duplicate 7 miles away to walk on over and do the job. It's the odds of having a long, or a lot of idle duplicates is slimmer the smaller pool it has to choose from, and subsequently, mathematically, really, just due to the way it works, obviously. I mean, it's math. It's one of those lovely immutable things. The fewer people you have, the more jobs they'll be able to do, or the more jobs that they will do from the pool. And you're more likely to have a duplicate then do the same job, or what we would conceive from a human standpoint as the same job. Because when we look at it, it's like, you're bringing over the wood, why not put it down and hammer the nail into it? But to a computer, it's just, here's a task. Task done, create new task, start at the beginning of the list. Who will get that task? You don't know. And that's okay. It's a little frustrating later on once you have a lot more duplicates. And of course a bigger base, because it takes that much longer to get around. But really, the frustration, I think, doesn't necessarily come from how long it takes. Well, I mean, it obviously comes from how long it takes, but it doesn't necessarily come from, anything the game's doing wrong. It's everything to do with our perception. It's the fact that we're sitting here and assuming that these duplicates are going to do things in a specific, typical fashion that we, as a human being, would do them in. It's just not the case. Anyway, computer theory aside, blah blah blah, I may as well be talking out of my ass for all I know. I mean, I've dabbled in programming, but don't quote me on any of this. I could seriously be wrong 10 ways to Sunday. All I know is I'm trying to get this hatch to go up there. Now, hopefully he does it. And actually, I don't like the idea that come nighttime they might all make their way down here. Now, of course, if they do, I might just say, well, then my hatch territory is down here. So we'll see what happens. let's get a couple more flower pots there and there. How many seeds do I have? Only 2. Well, that's annoying. It does also explain why things that are normally considered lowered priority, like sweeping up all of the excess stuff, because from my understanding that has no priority. It looks like they're all coming down here, but we'll see. We'll see where they go come nighttime, or come daytime. Nighttime for them. Because if they're all down in one area or all up in one area, I don't care. If they're in a single area, it looks like the majority went down. Okay, so what we can do then... Let's try to capture them down here. No, let's leave that as tile for right now. I know it's not how it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to have ladder, but what I want to do is remove all of their ability to burrow. So let's actually pick something as a higher priority, and let's get digging. And actually, I want all of this to be the same priority, just so that it all gets done. And actually then, let's cancel that and that, because a hatch is currently burrowed there. And that has a hatch on it too. So I want to leave them alone for right now. Now, these ones have a chance of going back up. This one does not, because once I get rid of all this stuff, he won't be able to get up there. But I will be removing this dirt. And actually, let's say priority ate that away. Priority is so hungry, it ate it away! Har har, bad joke. So now this guy will have no choice but to come down here and burrow in there. Now, of course, he might take a little bit to do it. There we go. Now, let's priority 9 a tile in place. There we go. Now we can delete all of those whenever you can get around to it. Look at my industrious little bees. Suffocating. Oh. Well, dude, dig... Dig out that part. Get out of their nails. Jeepers. You literal thinking people. Yeah, the carbon dioxide is pretty bad. Pretty bad, okay? Ooh, new duplicant! Someone good at digging? Digging, tinkering, flatulence. Nope. Small bladder. Not necessarily an issue. Medicine isn't really that useful, though. Dimensionally inept. Can't build. Eh. Ugh, they all suck. You have all been rejected! That is not good. Why is that so much water? That needs to get dealt with. I do not want my hatches to drown. But, like, holy crap, why is there so much water from that one little area? It's ridiculous. What are you doing? Is that an exercise routine? Okay, those guys are stuck up there. This guy's not. Let's cancel that, because I don't know where he's going to burrow next. Although, should I give him a nice big room? Because I could leave this whole area open for them. Or I could cordon it off. Go figure. You know, a nice big room for the hatches might be an idea. Pick up all that algae. Come on, folks. I shouldn't need to put stuff as a priority higher already just to get you guys to do it. And there we go. We got ourselves a coal farm. And they're just going, nom nom happy munchy. But yeah, a nice big area like that ain't bad. Let the hatches wander around freely. And in the bargain, we got a few extra rooms that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Well, I think it's looking pretty good. And with the lovely completion of our hatch farm, well, coal farm. Yeah, coal farm, not a hatch farm. It's not like we're producing hatches. With the lovely completion of our coal farm, I think that will about do it for today. So I bid you all a fond farewell, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. And be sure to just come back and see the next episode, where we're gonna do a whole lot more. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.